Hey everybody, it's Jeff B, and you have reached my channel. I'm gonna go to bed pretty soon, but I wanted to show off 55-gallon Planet Tank and some of the stock. Maybe we'll be able to see everybody in here. A lot of the stock is catfish, and they spend the bulk of their time hiding. But if we're lucky, every now and again, some will venture out to kind of pop out and see what's going on. Right away I see something kind of cool I'd like to move in on. Maybe I won't bother. Let's use the old focus. Some relatively new additions to these young zebra plecos that I'm just raising. Want to see what they do, want to see how they are. And really stoked on them so far. They really provide a whole lot of just different in the tank, which I think is just so superb. And I can really see why people fall for them so quick. So we're running with these guys. I do have 2 in the tank. More coming sometime this year, hopefully, if I get settled and see kind of what life is going to turn into. I'm trying to stay positive with that. But yeah, zebra plecos. They're taking advantage. They kind of stay out in this, that is to say, the left side of the tank, because that's kind of where that hang-on back filter dumps its flow, so I suspect that they really appreciate that flow, and that's why they've taken to this little cave structure here. Who you see wagging away right there is one of my woodcats. I actually just pulled 3 of them out in a piece of PVC and chucked them into the other 125, where they are living with some of the silver dollars. I'm going to sell the silver dollars tomorrow, all but 2 of them. To somebody who I know is keeping fish and has interest in them. So we're going to let that go. And hopefully churn out a little bit of money too. So I did a water change tonight and did some messing around in the tank. So I do have some particles and some stuff flying around, but do feel free to forgive me about that. Changed the way this wood structure sits on the back and then pulled the little tree, if you will, from the left side. Put the tree on top of the upturned wood, and what I got is a really nice tower that I'm really into right now. I think it provides a really full backdrop on this side that gives way before it turns back into that natural slope. So let me pull back and show you what I'm seeing. You see right here, this is what I'm talking about. Higher trees, comes down. Beautiful. Turns into an explosion. A little bit of a wave, if you will, but I like this part that gives out. It really, I don't know, it adds the framework to this. Makes that really superior. I think I'm really excited about the mosses. I've changed the way the mosses are sitting. I'll pull up close. It's going to look crappy when I pull up, but whatever. So this is flame moss. In moving it, it tore a bit from its metal screening, but you can see how that works. I'm confident that's going to fill in again. That stuff is really appreciating this tank and the lights that I have going here. Swooping across. I've got 2. I've got the willow moss and a moss that I kind of thought was the willow moss, but it's not willow mossing in my opinion, so we'll see how that grows out. They have changed position in the tank, so I think the different lighting is going to change. And again, more flame moss on top. And I think that flame moss is going to appreciate that position. I have the fern from Indochina. This one, I did bury the roots a little bit, and you can see how the plant is suffering from that move. So in today's water change, I kind of yanked them up a little bit after adding the nutrients, and hopefully that'll get them going. These, I suspect that the root structure is outside of the substrate, so that's why this one's holding on longer. They were kind of experiments, and if they go, I don't mind. And like I've mentioned this before about my Planet Tank, you know, these really are survivors that we're looking at here. I don't, because I really like the way my water quality is and what we have going for us here, I don't mess with it very much, and so I don't want to have to make a Planet Tank and build the water around what a plant's requirement would be. I kind of just go with the plants that are going to make it. And that serves me really, really well so far. Now, granted, I run these experiments. A lot of plants in the time I've been doing this have not made it. So, am I a plant murderer? Well, yeah, kind of. But it's okay. It's okay. These are red phantom tetras. Big fan of tetras in general. This size tetras, lemon tetras, diamond tetras, phantom tetras, etc., etc. I don't really care much for the Serapé. I don't really like their nippy nature. Yeah, but whatever. 24 karat gold. Dirty filter intake. 24 karat gold. White clouds. I really dig these guys. Where's everybody? Oh, that's where everybody is. I threw a pellet in here. Excuse me, statue. This side here. Skunk loach. I got them really tiny at Petco for just ridiculously cheap. And I never had one. So I got one. It's cute. Loachy attitude. It's a better shot of those 24 karat gold white clouds, which I really dig for small tanks. They really pop really hard, and I think that adds a lot. What's going off on these guys? Let's put this little structure back here. Problems. See if we can get on this catfish. There you are. This is one of my Zamora woodcats. Again, I pulled 3 or 4 of his buddies out in a piece of PVC earlier, so they had to kind of rearrange where they're sleeping. So this guy's not too stoked right now, but that's okay. Oh, a lesser spiny eel in the back there. It's a tiny little runty, stunty thing, and that's okay. This is your one of my clown plecos. Have a couple of those in there. Zebra in here somewhere. Zebra. Again, just real special. Really cool to have in a tank. Definitely noticeable. Let's go ahead and skin the bottom here. This is Eco Complete that I'm using here, and this is fairly old stuff. I've had this for quite some time, and so it's really worn down. Generally, I wouldn't want to keep some of these fish with the Eco Complete, some of these plecos, for example. But you know what? This stuff is just almost sand already. So that's going on. There's this little guy's out. Okay, we'll make it a zebra pleco video. No one will mind that. Hey, buddy. Hey, little buddy. And these are super tiny. These fish are not an inch. Which is kind of my style. I really like that. I like keep getting them small and raising them up. Sorry, I'm not going to adjust my camera. I don't want to scare him. I'm just going to hope he comes over. Hey, little guy. Or girl. What I'm reading is that you can tell, one of the ways to tell, there's a couple different ways to tell, but one of the ways to tell is by their face, whereby the females have a little bit of a scoop under their eyes, whereas the males have that more of a sharpened, just sort of a drop off right under the eyes there. This one's real tiny and I can't tell. It's my first go round with this species. And again, I'm all kinds of pumped to have them. Real stoked. Real cool fish. Real dramatic in their patterning. And just altogether pretty fly. I mean, come on. Huh? Zebra pleco, ladies and gentlemen. These guys are doing really fine with the pellets that I'm using, and that's just a different range of North Fin pellets. I have some larger pellets, like the Carnivore, for example, that do real well. Also have some sinking pellets, small cichlids, just different things that I throw in here. You know, one at a time. This is all pretty small fish, so I don't really, I don't bother overfeeding this tank. And I have a lot of bottom feeders too. See, little movement. Flapping, flapping. Forgetting what I'm doing here. Let's raise up a little bit and check out some of these fish. Some of my favorites. Once I get this little mini nightmare over with, I'm going to go ahead and reinvest in some smaller tanks like this, because, you know, it'll give me a chance to get into my little Tetra fetish that I used to have. I don't know, fetish is a little strong, but they really are some of my favorites. You know, they're small, it's manageable, and they haven't bred all the beauty out of them just yet. Talking about diamond tetras and lemon tetras. Buenos Aires are really beautiful. Rio tetras, incredible. Let's go ahead and back up. And cross our fingers that I don't fall backwards over anything during this action-packed nighttime fill. Again, this is the I'm Going to Bed edition. Checking out this 55 planet. Oh, he made it. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope your night's going good. 12 minutes. Not too bad. One love, you guys.